We are both very anti-birth, and despite that fact, we went and saw this movie anyways. So, what did we think? Well, there are actually a few things to say about that, so stay tuned. As we normally warn you in these things, this is a spoiler-filled review, so if you haven't seen the movie, go ahead and check it out now, or just kind of hit pause, but do come back, and then we're going to give you a complete rundown. Alright, if you're still with us, then you're ready to tear into it.
Well, the basic plot is two friends, Lou, who is played by Natasha Lyonne of Orange is the New Black fame, is friends with Sadie, who is Chloe Sevigny of American Horror Story fame.
Heavy hitters.
Yes, two hard-partying best friends, and then Lou ends up pregnant, even though she claims she hasn't had sex in a long time.
Yeah.
And then things go wrong, and that makes the movie sound incredibly normal, and it wasn't, but that is the basic plot.
This very messed up movie, they did actually do one thing very right. That was actually at the very, very end of the movie. The creature, for lack of a better word, that Natasha Lyonne gave birth, for lack of a better word, to, was extremely well done in several different ways. Obviously, number one was the practical effects.
Yes, very important.
Yes, very important, thank God on that. Second of all, in a lot of these sort of immaculate conception type movies,
I really can't be pregnant. This is not my stuff.
We've seen over and over.
Yeah, the end result is left to your imagination. Okay, fine, a la Rosemary's Baby. Or it's, Satan or some kind of red baby type thing.
Baby
yeah,
thing.
Exactly. This, as it was being pulled out,
was not any of those things.
not any of those things, and honestly, almost kind of looked like a baby. Like it had
malformed.
It was definitely, messed up, but kind of that way. And then the fact that they're pulling this thing out, and it's a head, and there's torso, and you see kind of guts, and later on, I kind of was like, okay, well that's fine, it's interesting. And then right after that, you see a couple arms come out of Natasha Lyonne, and they maybe started to lose me. But then when she became kind of inside out because of that, A, it made total sense, and then B, I actually additionally liked it in the fact that, yeah, sure, if you're yanking some newly developed life form, whatever you want to call it, you could maybe, rip its head off. So,
yes.
It's not as bizarre as it sounds. I actually did like that. It wasn't your stereotypical immaculate conception birth result, and I thought that was very well done.
Well, with the creature as well, we're also big fans of not the very blatant spoon-fed exposition, this
Correct.
is what's happening.
Yes.
And this creature did a really good job of kind of showing but not telling.
Right.
And while Isaac did go into, we're trying to create a new race, we're doing this experiment, you saw that, okay, maybe the experiment didn't really work, there's some issues, but it's still formed into a humanoid creature, but they need to do some more work, and you saw what was happening very easily, and we didn't need to get a long-winded explanation from Isaac about what they're doing with this new race.
Yeah, if he had said nothing, I'd still get it.
Yeah.
And probably so would everybody else in the theater. So yeah, that was very nicely done as well.
My, I think, biggest like was kind of the town backdrop and
Okay. The town's hell. What are you talking about? Okay,
the seedy underbelly that they had going on. And it really set the scene as one of those Midwest, Middle America, nowhere, rural towns. People do a lot of drugs, a lot of partying to kind of escape reality.
Yeah, nothing going on.
No.
Right.
And Natasha Lyonne had a line in it where she's talking to Lorna about a lot of people pass through here, she says, but it gets sticky and people don't leave. And I really thought that summed up the vibe they were going for, and the town was so believable, despite that none of the rest of the movie was believable at all.
Justice.
Yes, the setting was really well done and really captured that seediness factor, for me anyway. Yeah. Dislikes, well, we might have a couple, so I don't know if you want to begin.
Yeah, certainly more than we had of the likes. For me, actually, one of the big dislikes was the fact that I think this movie was made to be watched when you're fucked up on drugs.
Yes.
Sad as it is to say. We, however, do not do drugs. And so
it's a little weird.
Yeah, and we weren't fucked up when we watched it. Now, the problem comes in that the scenes for those that are messed up, the psychedelics, the bright colors, the really became annoying and bothersome and effectively sort of ripped us out of the narrative. If you're going to make any kind of movie with any kind of commercial potential whatsoever, and let's be honest, that's why you're making the movie, you need to have it such that both segments can enjoy it. That's kind of, 101.
Yeah, it really drew your attention away from kind of what was going on.
Yeah.
You know, you can let us know if you like doing drugs, if you saw this movie on drugs.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments, maybe.
Make a fake name.
Yeah.
We don't have to know, but we're curious.
Was it better?
Because we
Hi.
honestly don't know. Yeah.
And really, even along with that, so I love backstory. I really do.
Okay.
Adds something to what's going on.
When it's well done.
When it's well done. I felt here when it was showing Lou's backstory, it felt very crowbarred in. Oh, we need to have some exposition about why XYZ happened. Let's throw in this flashback, have it, and then it was never mentioned again.
Right. Yeah.
And it was just, I felt like it didn't really do anything to the story except explain something that had already happened. And then everything was told through bong hits.
Oh boy. Well.
Oh my god.
Bong hits. Alcohol swigs,
smoking,
or smoke pulls. Yes, yes.
And I get it. Drugs, alcohol, partying, cool. And there was even that we needed to make her room toxic, so a lot of drugs all the time.
Admittedly is nonsensical.
Yes.
And we get that she's irresponsible.
Yes.
You know, after the third episode of her with her big belly smoking, drinking, we get it. It's done, you know.
But yeah, and it kind of drew out the conversations because every conversation was through, like we said, bong hits or smoking. And we've already established that, so I felt a lot like, oh, can we just get the sentence out? Can we just keep going?
Yeah.
So that was a little...
And that character was not the only one to suffer. I think actually all the characters in this movie suffered from a common issue, and that's that they were pretty flat.
Yeah, there's no empathetic
No
side.
sympathetic, no empathetic, very straight up stereotypical. You know, the drug dealer.
With the flunky.
The flunky.
Who's not good at it.
Very bright, not good at it. The two-timing girlfriend, the junkie, hippie.
The hippie. And
hippie
the
in there.
mysterious
Oh.
big boss with a first name only.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So just...
Yeah. Right, yeah, precisely. If you're going to throw all those into the mix, that's great. I mean, you can go ahead and do that. You just need to make it interesting, and maybe you have some redemption for one of them
Yes.
that gives us somebody to root for, because honestly, in the history of humankind, there's always been some sympathetic or empathetic character for the audience to feel for, to see through. Name your favorite horror movie. Do it in the comment section below, and you'll find that that contains one of the characters that we just mentioned, because I've heard the argument before, you don't need sympathetic characters. Well, sorry, you do. So.
Or no one even broke out of their role.
No.
Either. No one transformed from the two-timing girlfriend to someone else. So that kind of lost
No
me.
growth. Growth.
Yes.
Growth. The most successful endeavors show a growth in the characters, and that was sorely lacking in this movie, as were clearly quite a few other things. It's time to award pinheads. There might be a little asterisk with this. These are going to be straight pinheads. So, what are you going to give it?
Well, you know, unfortunately, I'm gonna go with 2.
Ooh, all right.
Low,
Yes,
not the
yes.
worst.
No.
You know, there were really legitimately funny things in it.
Okay.
Not awkward funny. I mean, actually, really made me laugh. So I got to do something for that.
Okay.
And really, that scene at the end, that whole monster birth scene, that was absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, I
that
agree that.
grossed me out. So I got to give props to that because, So there's that, but the rest of it felt really flat. Really, it was a little too weird for me. Characters weren't there, so I really got to go with 2.
Okay, well, as usual, your definition of low and mine are a little bit different. So I'm actually going to give 1 pinhead, and it is actually for the reason you already brought up. Which would be the monster, creature, whatever you want to call it at the end. Pretty much the only redeeming factor for me in the whole movie. So it makes it pretty easy. Your 2, my 1. This is going to be a, you know what? I don't think we have a hand symbol for a half. So we're just going to say, 1.5 pinheads. We did a special on the Popcorn Fright Film Festival. It's in the description below. It was awesome. And we actually interviewed a woman who absolutely loved Antibirth. So, was she right or were we? Let us know in the comments section below.
And also, you can check out all of our social media, links up top. We post behind-the-scenes photos of what we're filming, what we're doing. So be sure to check those out. And subscribe to our channel so we can keep bringing you these reviews.